Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's project is this one. It's a world of good. I love this suite. I have so been taken with this. It's really caught my attention. I just love it. I love it that it's got paper. I love it that it's got brass foil, not gold foil. It's got dark grungy colours, and I adore this one in particular. I don't know whether you're going to be able to see this. If I can focus close enough. That's Peterborough. That's Cambridge, and I live about there, between the two. That's where I live. I just love it, and it's really, I love this. I love the paper, I love the suite, all of it. So I wanted to show you how to make this box. So it's a lidded box. It sits over the top, just slides on and off like that. It's brilliant. I love it. It's a box. I made it a few years ago at Christmas time. As a man's box. I'm going to put that back on later, but I thought I'd come again and make it again as another kind of manly box, but actually I'd really like that. So your paper is 6 by 12 inches, 15 by 30.5 centimetres, but you need to, if you're going to have a pattern like I have, so it reads the right way up, you need to have your pattern so you would read it like this. So this would be the correct way round, not that way, okay? But we are going to score it the other way. So that, I'm just putting it out there. That's how you need to have it. Okay, where's my stylus gone? Over here. So on the long side, score it at 5 1/4 and 6 3/4 of an inch, which is 13.5 and 17 centimetres. Then turn it round, and on the short side, score it at 1.5 and 4.5 inches. And again, in metric, that's 3.5 and 11.5. Your lid is 6 by 4.5 inches, 15 by 10.5 centimetres, and we're going to score this at 1.5 inches, 3.5 centimetres on all four sides. But you need to move it out just a tiny bit so that it will fit neatly and nicely over your box base. So only a tiny little bit. I have got two cats here in my office with me right now. One is fast asleep on my chair. I'm perched on a stool, and the other one is parading backwards and forwards, shouting at the birds. So if she appears on the desk, you know why. Currently she sat on my prep desk. I have a desk to my left where I put all of my projects that I'm ready to film. I put them on there so that I can film them with all of the stamp sets and papers and dies and everything that I'm going to need. I've just burnished, by the way. And then as I finish the project, I put the dies and stamps and everything back on there. And then when I've finished filming for the whole day, or for whatever session, I can then just put everything back on this desk. So it's just there. It's a gatefold temporary desk, actually. Did I tell you the finished dimensions of this? 5 1/4 by 1.5 by 3 inches. 13.5 centimetres by 3.5 by 8 by 3.5 centimetres. My brain's gone to mush. Okay, so I've burnished everything. I'm going to cut this one first. And what you do is you cut straight up the rectangle and wedge into the square. Okay, this is something I've taught frequently. The bit that's going to get hidden is the bit you cut into. So we're going to be hiding those little squares. So that's why we're cutting into them. I should say squares on the outer corner, because there's a square there too. The squares in the outer corners. Okay, and I'm going to nick a little bit off, just off the edge of each of those. Okay. So that's the lid. The base, very slightly different. We've only got two squares and they're right in the middle. But again, same principle. Cut straight on the rectangle and cut into your squares. Okay, and then the same over on this one. Let's just turn it round. Okay. Right, so I have a pattern that doesn't matter which way round it is, front or back. and actually it's a perfect mirror image. If you, where's my original? If you've got a pattern that is you want one side to be readable, so this side you can read, you know, London, Peterborough, Cambridge, but on the other side it's all upside down. Make sure that that's what's going to be the front. And actually I'm just double checking if that is, yes. Okay, so these are constellations, because I can see Sagittarius and I can see, I have no idea what that is. So yeah, so this would be my front. I don't think anybody would notice too much. So, and that's my doorbell. I'm hoping that my husband's going to answer the door. Where's my tearing tape gone? Here it is. So I'm just going to pop that on there. It's my neighbour, and they're going to talk. Social distancing. My husband's going to bellow from the front doorstep. There we go. Okay, so this is what is going to be the front. I'm going to pop those bits off there. I can see my neighbour from the window. He stood by his house, calling to Chris. Okay. And they're now under my window. And my office is above the garage, and then they're going in the garage. Graham's not. He's outside. I love my neighbours. They are the best. I've got the best neighbours ever. You should all be very jealous. Mine are the best. They are so sweet and so helpful. Timing's not so great though. Okay, I wedged a little bit there and I was too busy giggling. But I've just trimmed it off nice and neatly. So that's the base of the box. The lid, we're going to pop. It's like a carry-on film. I don't know if you can hear. I've got a microphone that, you know, this microphone is right by my mouth. So I'm hoping that you can only hear me, not them. Oh dear. Right, let's build up the lid of this box. Okay, so I'm folding in these sides, bringing it around, and I'm going to slip that on there. And that's fitted on nicely. And even though I did poke it to get it started, it kind of, the paper comes back out again, fits nicely. I forgot to say this is the new Misty Moonlight. It's lovely. It's the new in colour. So I'm going to tie a bow. Drop everything. I'm going to tie a bow. And okay. There we go. That's not bad. I ought to film when I'm totally distracted by people talking outside. I could stop and pause the video, but you know, it's funnier to listen. This is my reality. Okay, so that's that on there. Right. So let me bring in the lovely stamp set. So this is Beautiful World, and the dies are World Map. I'm addicted to these. I love them so much. I really, really do. I did Life's a Beautiful Journey before, but I think You Make the World a Better Place. See, I've used that one before. Adventure Awaits. You could put some money in that. If somebody's going to be going off travelling next year or something like that. You could put that, actually that would be quite a lot of money in there, but you know, we'll not worry. And then I'm going to take my feather, well, it's a quill, but I'm making it a feather. And I'm going to grab a couple of blocks. They're not big enough, I want longer ones. Because I'm going to line up on here. This is called freestyle stamping. This is what I call freestyle stamping because I don't know how big I want it to be yet. So I'm going to stamp first, cut after. Adventure awaits. It totally does. And then just on there because, you know, I can. So I'm going to die cut that one in a minute. And I want to trim this one down. So I'm just grabbing my trimmer. And trim that off there. Trim it off there. It doesn't matter, there's no it's not, you don't need to worry about the sizing of it or anything when you freestyle stamp like that. It doesn't matter at all because you're making it fit you and your project. And I'm trying to reach, here we go, my plates. So magnetic platform, clear plate, stamped image, and I didn't get the leaf out. There's the leaf, it's a feather. It's a quill, but you know, like I say, I'm making it a feather. And my plates, my magnets are jumping. I can't wait till our new cut and emboss fold comes out because the magnetic platform on that is one solid magnet, I'm told. It's not lots of small bits, it's just one big one. So no more jumping. Okay, remove those over there. And then I can bring in, so this ribbon, it's a combo with this one here, and it's from the Forever Greenery suite, but I love this because it's a lovely old gold. It's not a lame or anything like that, it's just a nice old gold. And I'm going to create some Pootle loops. If you don't know what they are, they're just loops of twine that you attach together, and a wonderful demonstrator over in Australia said that I use them so much. She said they're like Pootle loops. They're loops made by Pootles. So that's what they have forever after been known as. And I want a nice little sort of messy bit. So you can see they're all hanging down like that and they're attached with snail. And you just sort of bend them and stick it and manipulate them into place. And they're all sticking to the snail I put down. Bravo, easy. And then I want some dimensionals. I'm going to go with 2 on there. They help to anchor it in place as well. So Adventure awaits on there. And then my feather also needs a dimensional that just fits. Tuck that in there. And that, I think, is a great project. Let me just force this ribbon back on here. There we go. Oh, how did I twist that? I've no idea. I don't know how I do half the things I do with ribbons. There we go. Those are my 2 projects. I love them. I think it's such a nice box. You could put toiletries in it for somebody who was travelling if you didn't want to, you know, put cash in, or load it with tissue and then put cash in. I think that full of £5 notes, which is the smallest note denomination we have in the UK. Yeah. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me. Hope to speak to you very soon. Bye.